Hey everyone, today I'm coming to you with a review on the brand new Marvel Legends Japanese Spider-Man, which is a part of the 60 Years of Spider-Man, or 60 Amazing Years of Spider-Man. And this is the last one? No. Well, for me, I'm going to say it's the last one because at this moment, I really don't have any interest in getting that Doc Ock and Silk 2-pack because, you know, just why? I essentially have both of them. But this guy... I was honestly really looking forward to this. I love getting all these really niche, different Spider-Man outfits. It just really fleshes out my Spider-Verse shelf. But if I'm being entirely honest, I'm kind of disappointed by this thing. It's just, I don't know. I don't really have a lot to say about it, but without further ado, I guess let's get into Japanese Spider-Man's review. Now, besides the Japanese Spider-Man and his accessories, the only other thing I want to go over here is the box. It is the standard kind of plastic-free Spider-Man 60 Amazing Years box they've been doing with the whole line and the other figures recently from like the Black Panther wave and the What If wave or Disney Plus wave. But there are a couple differences here, and one of them is obviously the art is very different from the other ones, and we get Japanese on it, which, you know, makes sense for Japanese Spider-Man. But when I saw this in the store, I was like, oh wow, that pops. And honestly, Hasbro, if you want to give us some more Marvel Legends figures with Japanese names and bios, I'm all here for it. I think it looks really cool. There's the front, there's the side, you get a little face there of him, some more Japanese in the background. Here we have the actual image of Japanese Spider-Man, and on the back with his accessories. But other than that, we just... Oh my goodness. Sorry, that was a little bit of a jump scare there. There is the price for the Japanese Spider-Man. That is absolutely a repulsive price because this thing is not worth it. But before we get into that, let's get into his accessories. He's included with an extra pair of hands. So the two sets he has is just kind of open / relaxed hands, and he has a set of fists. Now, if I'm being honest, I don't know anything about Japanese Spider-Man. I just thought it looked really cool, and I was expecting him to have weapon hands. I'm sure there's a reason why he doesn't, but he is not included with them, as you can see, which I guess will make sense to you guys if you know what this is from. I just know there's some memes about it, and that's what I find funny about it, because this kind of figure to me where I look at it, it's kind of like a meme suit. It looks like just like a Los Angeles or New York Times Square guy in costume Spider-Man. It's the kind of thing where sometimes I think, you know what happened if every single action figure in my collection just all of a sudden came to life and just like all fought? Like, who would win? What would happen? This guy would immediately just get knocked out. Like, he'd be the first one to get knocked out. That is kind of irrelevant to anything, but I just thought I'd say that. That's kind of just my short metaphor for this figure and how I describe it. But his other accessories, which I do actually really like, is this lawn web. And the reason I like this and these is not because we've got them before, but because they're in just a white color. We may have got it in just a white before, but I don't think so. These look very new to me. I know we got these too with the animated cel-shaded Spider-Man, but this is awesome because this is just like, this is what the web is. The other web that we got with the other figures looks kind of like this. And as you can see, it's just like translucent, and sure, it looks like a web and it does the job, but this is Spider-Man to me. But I'm just confused as to why he's included with it. I don't know. I think there's a lot better figures in this wave and line that could have been included with this as an accessory. But hey, I digress. And then these, you guys are used to. They're always cool to get. I do wish they would maybe switch them up now because, I don't know, there's only so many of these I think I can have. I guess there is a lot I could do with these and if I wanted to be creative, but I don't know. Kind of just go there and that's about it. But the figure itself, I don't have a lot to say about. It is very simple. And the reason I'm disappointed with it is a variety of reasons, but at the same time, I don't know if I can necessarily pinpoint it. The reasons that I can actually think of is it really feels cheap. Like, it doesn't feel like a Marvel Legend to me. There's something about it that just feels really hollow, really cheap, and the color just doesn't look good. And the other thing is the paint looks terrible on this thing. There's some like dot there, there's white there, some scuffs there. And the other thing is the webbing is misaligned. It's like like they missed it. And over here, it's going over. It's like, come on, guys. I'm fine with you upping the prices. I'm not, but in this case, for this argument, I am. But if you're gonna do that, can you at least just do what's on the box? I'm not asking for miracles. I'm just asking for what you're selling me. That's all I'm asking for. And here, there's just web misalignment, and it just, this looks really weird to me. But let me know if you guys got that on your Japanese Spider-Man figures. It might be just a thing that happened with all of them, but I don't know. It kind of is disappointing to me, at least. And the head sculpt, I do like. I do think it looks like how it looks in the show, or at least the things I've seen of it. Looks like a guy in a suit. You see a little baggage, little wrinkles, which looks awesome. And the paint on there looks great. The webbing looks great on there. But the rest of it, I just think the red they went with, I think that actually might be it. I think I figured it out. I think the red is like too orange. It is becoming way too orange to me. I'm going to pull out another Spider-Man here because I have one close to me. Look at that. That just looks bad. I don't know. Wow. That is way more different than I was expecting. But anyway, there is his wrist thing. Now it does say Spider-Man. I don't know exactly what that's for. Definitely interesting. And then he does have the white soles on the bottom, which in person are a little more, kind of look a little more creamy, a little more beige, but they do look whiter on camera. But other than that, I don't think there's too much more to say. Now, I don't like being too hard on figures because I love my figures. I love them all. But I just think of all the figures in this line, this is just, I don't know. I was actually looking forward to it, but now that I have it, it's just a little bit disappointing to me. And I don't know if that's just me or if this thing is like, if there's something I'm missing on it, but it just feels very basic and cheap, and especially the paint and the misalignment. It just doesn't really go together well, in my opinion. But I guess other than that, let's get into his articulation. So the articulation on the Japanese Spider-Man is not the greatest, but it does the job. Head goes back that much, down, a little bit of tilt, full 360. Arm goes out that much, down, full 360. Bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows, which goes in a decent amount, and then the hands go full 360 on a horizontal hinge, up, down, full 360, like I just said. Same thing on the other side. Ab crunch goes down that much. Back, not that much. Waist cut, full 360. Leg kicks forward that much. Back, splits, upper thigh cut. Double jointed pinless knees, which those do look good, I guess. And the ankles go up, down, and ankle rocker pivot. So just fine articulation, but nothing to write home about. So I pulled out the Renew Your Vow Spider-Man to compare him next to, and the Amazing Fantasy, and the Retro Spidey, because I think these are kind of the best Spideys to compare him next to, and I don't really know what to compare him next to, because like I said, this thing is just one-off. You got MCU, comic, animation, and Japanese Spider-Man over here. Now, my other point with this is $40, $42, $45, however much you pay. So is this, and it's from the same line, and this is essentially the same thing, but it is in a 2-pack. Or not same thing, but same price if you cut it in half. And the Iron Spider is similar. Spider-Man Noir is. Future Foundation, that is a bad figure. Let's take that out. But I just think of all the figures to get from this line, I don't recommend you get all of them. I would be picky and choosy if I were you. But this just doesn't match the level of value that you get with this one or the Iron Spider. It just feels very cheap to me, and in a way, it feels like a Happy Meal toy, especially that color. It doesn't help its case. It looks more orange than it does red, if you know what I mean. I think you guys can see that, and especially next to these ones. Just, I don't know. It doesn't look the greatest. But other than that, I guess let's get on to my final thoughts. Now, for my final thoughts on the Japanese Spider-Man, as you guys could probably tell throughout the video, I'm not too pleased with this thing. It doesn't do the job well, in my opinion. When you look at it compared to Japanese Spider-Man, I've seen what he looks like. I know I don't know a lot about it, but I know what it looks like. It's very, very, like, wrinkly. It's a guy in a suit. And certainly, this has aspects of that looks like a guy in a suit. But it just ends up being more smooth than texture because they didn't go all out on the texturing. It's definitely up there on the mask, but other than that, it's just a little bit throughout. And that's why I definitely recommend the import version. I know it might be SH Figure Arts or a different line, but if you're going to get a one-off thing like this that's just very separate from anything like MCU or comics or animated, I would go for that, because this to me just doesn't do it justice, and it doesn't do anything for me either. It's just kind of a guy in a suit, kind of dude on, you know, Times Square, getting money to be Spider-Man, and that's all I can really say about it. It's fine. I'm not gonna say you're gonna be like terribly displeased with it. There's nothing crazy about it. You're gonna open it, you're gonna pose it around for a bit, and you'll probably just put it on the shelf and then not do anything with it. At least that's what I'm gonna do with it, because I don't think there's too much more I can do with this thing. And I was looking forward to it. I really was. I saw it in the images, and something about it, it looked way better than this. I don't know, it just came out weird to me. And especially on the box, it looks way more red than it does here on the box. Like, look at that color difference. That's another thing, Hasbro. Please stop false advertising. It's illegal. And there, you can see him on the side. I don't know. I don't think it looks the greatest. And I know it is a very unique design, and Hasbro did their best, I imagine. Well, I don't think they did their best, but they certainly tried, and I do commend them for that. I don't recommend this thing, and that's why I think I'm going to have to give this figure a 6 out of 10. Please let me know what you think about this one, especially on this review. I really want to know what you guys think. Am I being too hard on this thing? What do you think? Is it awesome? Is it disappointing? Is it somewhere in the middle? As always, let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I know I had not uploaded there for about 5 days. I got very sick. I got the fever there. But I am back now, and oh boy, I got lots of videos. I'm going to spoil a couple. Darth Maul, Axe Woves, Biggs Mayfield, Beast, the Rescue Set. Oh boy, and we got more. And we're about to hit 1,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. Let's hit that in the next couple of days. And as always, I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. But until then, Spider-Man.